Hello, hello. Isn't it funny how we wake up with songs, or when we connect with people, we get a song? If you connect with someone new, like a friend, or maybe a stranger, and suddenly you get a song in your head, this is a communication from your higher self. It may be just one lyric that spins in your head. And I'm going to be reading for Jessica here. And I get the song, I'm carrying your love with me, West Virginia down to Tennessee. So that is probably a communication from her higher self to her, and it was in my head. So I love the idea of songs popping in because your heart sings. Your heart is a musical electromagnetic emitter that emits like frequency like songs. And so singing the song of the heart, connecting with other people and hearing their heart song may come to you in the form of one lyric or maybe one verse or perhaps the entire song. And that's why when I do your videos sometime, I begin your video with a lyric or a song that Spirit gave me to communicate with you. And it's fun, right? It makes it magical, doesn't it? So Jessica, if you're here, welcome. My name is Mary Moses. I am an oracle. God, Spirit, higher self called me to do this. It wasn't my own decision. And I do an ancient art form called scrying. Scrying is the original scripture. It's a communication from spirit guides, divine source in the form of symbology, numerology, geometry, gematria, body language, things like that. And although it's black and white initially, it does turn out to be painted as I paint these digitally. Thank you so much, Queen Karma. It's so glad to see you here, Queen Karma. You guys, make sure to follow my moderator, Queen Karma. She is full of the sun energy, joy and light, and all things blissful, as she always says. So let's go ahead and turn on the light, a metaphor for inner enlightenment. Let's get the light right. What color do we want? We got that color. That's good. Let's turn on our golden light. Say hello to Mary Moses right here. Hello. And let's turn it on multicolor. Doop, doop. We are turning on our inner enlightenment. When we let go of our holy grail, we are letting go of who we were, and we're allowing Spirit to fill us up with truth and life, confidence and power, and we become golden like the sun to the golden age of Aquarius. And the mirror says, you're beautiful. You're beautiful on the inside and out. Closing the door, setting boundaries, open the door, inviting the world in to your light. And great metaphors. We are in the Corona Crown, and we are going to connect with Jessica. Jessica, you have dreams. You have disturbances in peace within your family, possibly feeling alone in your awakening. You lost your mom and dad, Judy and John. Your great aunts took over, and you had a peaceful saying goodbye with them. And you want Spirit to tell you the truth. I want you to know that I am nothing and no one. Although I hear what Spirit is saying to you guys, and I am an alchemist, and I believe in Christ consciousness, my temporary belief about things. I am nothing and no one. I would never impose any of my beliefs on you. And I just let Spirit speak. And so anything I say isn't my opinion. This is Spirit speaking for you. And so if I do bring in energies of Christ consciousness, if you are not religious or don't understand that language, I can explain it in an alchemical way, which is a transformative process of going from lead to gold or the moon to the sun, where Christ is water and your perfection is fire, which is the Holy Spirit, your higher self. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and go forward. We're going to anoint your piece with our beautiful butterfly perfume. Look at the beautiful crystals. Look at the crown. How we are going through this corona crown awakening. The corona borealis. We are and the butterfly is sacred. The water that I drink, I put in a sacred glass. Why? To teach myself that things are important. All right? We are important. That's the message for you, Jessica. You are important. I think so. You ready? On your mark, get set. I love you so much. Thank you for loving me back. Jessica, I'm giving you a big hug. You smell like rainbow perfume, like lotus in my mind. You're blessed, loved. To swim. I usually close my eyes during this part just to allow spirit to move through me without my brain controlling. My heart can control with my eyes closed, kind of like Jedi. Take a picture and let's begin. Make sure this marker works. Yes, it does. You have a snake eating your third eye. I don't know what that means yet, until the rest of the pieces come together. Your mother and your father are on both sides of you. They have come forward. I feel like let's just bring you out and let's bring your mom and dad out and let's go forward with this. Snakes aren't always bad. There are many snake goddesses, and they reflect a Kundalini awakening or a portal. So a snake coming out of your head is Egyptian, where the snakes come out of the head. This is a reflection that snakes are known as portals. Portals open and close every 8 seconds. And the snakes are always about your third eye awakening and you astral traveling, like flying or whatever. So it's Egyptian, and so this is your mom. It's her hand on you now. They're saying so much. Your dad is over here. And but they both have glasses. I don't know why, but it's like clinging their glasses together like when you are having an anniversary, right? And you're blocking some voices for whatever reason, I don't know. And Your mom, her mouth is covered. This may be a communication that you can't hear her, but yet she is there. And they are all, you do have a block, a spiritual block. The chalice or the Holy Grail is about life or death, white, black, awakening, and you're seated, you're not standing somewhere, I don't know where, there's people who have died down here. Here are some older women who have passed. They're sending you love, lots of love, saying they see you like in a mirror. You're in your baptism of water. Okay. You're going through a major awakening. It's difficult. You are currently a Christ on the cross, not realizing things. I'm going to have to explain this to you whenever I see this symbol. You're taking on the sins of the world. You don't know who you are. You don't know what your dreams are. You're not sure how your brain works. And so you feel other people's energies and you kind of take them on yourself and they're not yours. That's what your dad says. Your dad everybody wants to talk to you. Mom, dad, everybody, you got somebody else here too. There's the heart from your mom. Obviously, they're sending you lots of love. Oh, they're sending you Valentine. They said, Happy Valentine's Day. Life is like a box of chocolates. We are on a parallel world. You can't see it. There's many of us there. Many faces there. We're all there. All of these faces make a castle, like they are part of a mansion. And they're all, they bounce their consciousness there. This place is connected to a dog. I would guess Sirius be the dog star. Maybe they bounce there. I don't know. But the mom is smiling. And I think you just need to know you're not alone is one of the main things. There's somebody crying. You came here as a candle, a pillar, guardian angels that work for God. It says 119, 911. Something about your dad wanting to talk about something that's important. This is the number 11. To be a candlestick or a pillar of God is, well, there are 7 spirits of God, and one of them, and they're all known as candlesticks. A box inside of a box. So, okay, Dad is showing you with a pen in your hand. Oh, and a dog. Okay, so how am I going to bring this out? This is so little. There's a dog there. And you're little, you're young. And you're seated in a chair. I'm guessing that there's lots of dogs everywhere. There's dog there, dog there. This is about loyalty. There's something about a gravestone. And you just having okay, so your dad's hand reaches over like this, and you're seated. You have the rainbow hair. When you cling two glasses together, you're making a blessing. You are toasting and you are blessing. So that they are toasting with the two glasses on your head, this means they're blessing you. And the two glasses makes the number 8. So you're something, you are about the 8th flame and the rainbow warrior. So many people came here as a rainbow warrior. You're one of them. And your spirit guide is a dog, many dogs actually. You have a child down here, a girl. You have another girl. There's a girl here. Someone who's upset, sad. This child over here, I don't know. There's a man, maybe a husband, just somebody who's just, I don't know, rigid. I just get this feeling of just rigidity, not amiable, someone who, I don't know. Let me show you. I just get this. He's holding like a line, like a belt. Whenever somebody is holding a belt, it's just somebody who just, I don't know, their beliefs are just, and then you have the 2 wine glasses down here. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a husband and a wife here on one side, and then on the other side is an invisible dog. This is the invisible. So I just want you to know where you are, spiritually speaking. You are a Christ on the cross taking on the sins of the world. So you feel the energy of your daughter. You feel the energy of your husband. You feel the energy of people around you. And you will actually take on their thoughts, their emotions, their feelings, their ideas, because you have gone through a rebirth and you're taking on the sins of the world, not realizing they're not yours. How do we go from feeling other people's feelings, indulging in their dramas and their perceptions without allowing it to get on us or in us or even affecting us? How do we transmute? How do we, your mom says you have to go through the fire. This is this going up. And you have an elephant here as well. You have to go from the moon to the sun. So the gray elephant is the moon. The fire is, you go through a metaphorical death. This means that you imagine being dead. You feel nothing, you believe nothing, right? You go ahead and allow yourself to go through this 0 point energy known as the eye of the needle, the Vesica Piscis. And you decide to allow spirit to fill your chalice and your cup. And you allow spirit to show you truth, not anyone else's truth. And you begin to seek out the energies of ascended masters, and you leave behind all the drama and what anyone else believes. And what I do every day is I take a bath every day. And I forgive and I let go because people like my daughter, her and I butt heads as well, because she has ideas that I'm a witch because she's very, very religious. And she thinks that I'm into things that are evil, so we butt heads, right? And I don't make decisions about whether to maintain relationships with them. I allow spirit to tell me what to do. And when you begin to hear the voice of spirit, which you're a little blocked, you will do what spirit says, because spirit is immortal and knows the butterfly effect and knows everything. And your mom and dad is showing you very much you are watched over and protected. They are putting the two chalices together, clinging the glasses as if, hey, you are being toasted, you are being blessed, and we are just on a mirror world, like in another world, parallel. You have two blocks. So let's look at your divinity, because what I see that's blocking you is this Christ on the cross. You're taking on everyone else's thoughts, beliefs, feelings that aren't yours. Because when you go through the rebirth, you're no longer you. You are half flesh, half spirit. Your higher self, which I'm not seeing very much right now, so I'm going to do another piece to see your higher self a little better, is greater than you. Greater is spirit within you than you are in the world. And when you allow that spirit to lead you, then all of the decisions you make aren't really from your ego. It's from your heart and from your higher self. But you are being helped. And it's as if they keep wanting to say something, and it says, ILL, this candlestick being the I, this is LL, I'll help. HELP. Your dad, I'll help. Mom, M. Mom, you're there. Why your husband's down here, I don't know. Why you're up there, I don't know. But let me go and look at you. We're going to tap into just your higher self. So sorry, Mom and Dad. Your aunt, great aunt, showed up here with 2 hearts, actually, for Valentine's. And is looking at the Christ energy. This is her saying to you, yes. And there's somebody else here. Yes, you are. You have to resurrect. And the only way to resurrect is to merge with a higher self. Otherwise, you're stuck on this cross, feeling like you're dying and taking on everyone's untruths, pains, sufferings on yourself. All right, so that's why I had the song in my head. I'm carrying your love with me. West Virginia down to Tennessee. That song came into my head before I even did your piece. We're calling forward your higher self. Higher selves can come in the form of an animal like a holy dove, a lion, a lamb. Yesterday I did one that was a giraffe. So let's go ahead. Higher self. And you, what are you meant to do? Let's look at you in your adepthood. Let's see who you are and what you're meant to be, who you're meant to be. You came here for a reason. You're enduring all of this for a reason. Of course, you still have energies coming forward. Very interesting. Your face is the face of a lioness. You are entering the energy of the sun. You are being prepared for how to operate your mind and your heart in this sun energy. Your spirit guide will change, though, to a dragon, where you will be pushed and pushed and pushed until you can hear the voice of spirit without your ego getting involved. You have a bumblebee. First time I've ever seen a dinosaur. And so, let's go forward. So I want you to know that you had a face of a lion here, but I'm going to bring out your face. You get another marker. Mystery. Mystery. You shouldn't get it. You should get involved in the mystery schools. One of your eyes should be the eyes of spirit. First time I've ever seen a dinosaur as anything part of any kind of spirit guide, ever. It's like a long-necked dinosaur mystery school. You have an energy coming out of your hand that makes like a lightning strike. You are a temple. You will become a temple where people will feel your energy and they will go into a school of learning from your downloads that you emit from who you are, and it puts them in a mystery school. You don't do it by your own will. Your higher self helps you. You will wear a wizard hat. You will go to a place like Dumbledore. You will be, you will learn to become a holy temple. It's I don't know why, but there's a goldfish under here. Like it's underwater. This is very unusual. You have goldfish everywhere. You have a dog protecting your energy, a fierce dog. When you step into your adepthood and you become who you are to become, not everyone is allowed, and you will have to say goodbye to energies who follow death. This place is protected. You're being called to step into the mystery schools. And if you are called and chosen and you actually choose, you're going to receive downloads. You're going to receive power. You're going to step into your power. You're going to write. You're going to do kind of what I do. Or you're going to become like an oracle. You actually are using some powerful thing like a wand. And your other hand is holding the energy of an ascended master. You're utilizing what they have downloaded for you. And so this is how it goes. When you hear the voice of God and you listen to the voice of God and you say goodbye to all energies that follow death and you decide to follow life and you say goodbye, you will be led to become powerful. But if you don't hear the voice of spirit and you don't listen and you just stay because you don't want to leave people behind, then you just forsake your power. You will forsake the mystery school. You will forsake you becoming the temple. You will forsake the blossoming of the 144,000 petals of the crown of your adepthood. Your eye is meant to not be your eye. Your mouth is not your mouth. Your hands are not your hands. You become half flesh, half spirit, half you, half lion. And this lion you will see through the eyes of spirit. You will speak through the eyes of spirit. You will use your hands in the eyes of spirit. You will become a temple. You will become like a mystery school. And you become the frequency of God. That's the bumblebee. And not everyone is allowed. You will learn to set boundaries and not take on the sins of the world. And you will utilize the energies and the downloads of masters who came before you. And why there's a dinosaur there, I don't know. I'm guessing that this is like, it's an ancient star. These are ancient truths that are not everyone is allowed to know or have. Not everyone will be able to handle it, So if you can understand that you are just going through a rebirth, and some of the feelings that you're feeling are not your own, you'll get through it much easier. Let me explain to you a little further about what it means to be the Christ on the cross, taking on the sins of the world. When I think about you guys, I'll see you sometimes, not all the time, on the dream realm, and I see through your eyes. I will see your life. I will feel how you feel. Our minds are like the golden compass. Now, if we're not careful, we will feel your feelings. I will feel your feelings. I will feel you so strongly. I cannot differentiate between you and me. I will even carbon copy your husband's face as my husband, or I will even carbon copy your children as my children, because my brain cannot fathom that I am someone else. When we begin to awaken and stop taking on everyone's pain and suffering, we can now think about people and know that when we see someone on the spirit realm and you feel anger, you feel fear, you feel all these things, when you have rebirthed and let go of all your insecurities and healed all of your shame, blame, narcissism, low self-worth or anything, and you are at 0 point energy, you've become the bumblebee, you are emitting a frequency that's so much like God that you are nothing and everything. Then when you see someone on the dream world who has fear, anger, and all this, and you know that you are seeing through their eyes, you become quite aware that you aren't you and your dreams aren't about you. Your fears aren't your fears. You adopted them from someone else. This is what the Corona crown does. Now that we have gone into the sun energy, we've gone through a major polar shift. We've actually ascended past the moon energy and are going into a new energy. And this new energy is making us have cross-contamination. And many of us are being told to get off the cross, taking on the sins of the world, go through the rebirth by becoming nothing, to go through the eye of the needle, and seek first the kingdom of God. Joy, love, hope, faith, awakening your inner magical child, and stepping into a new mind that understands that we are no longer ourselves. And whatever you think about a lot, you will send your higher self there. And your higher self doesn't want to go to people or places that are in the world of the dead, because you're alive now. You need to know that your mind works like the golden compass, and you have to seek first ascended masters. That's why your adept person is saying, I'm holding on to this ascended master. I seek first ascended masters. And I have an angry dog that will bite anyone who tries to pollute or cross-contaminate me. I will not be the Christ on the cross. I will not take on the sins of the world. All I am is a temple and a school, a mystery school that teaches ancient truths. And the ancient truth of the vibration of God and you holding this scepter, and the rose is this invisible mother, like maybe Mother Mary, something like that. This lioness. You have ancient energy in your blueprint. You have lightning coming out of your hand like Zeus. And you're meant to write something or do something here, like maybe an oracle, I don't know. But your energy is like a school. And when people come to you and you speak, you're not speaking. Spirit is speaking through you. And people will come to you for these ancient truths to reignite a fire that was once lit, that was diminished, but we're lighting it again. So you're part of this holy rose petal. It's called the 144,000 petaled rose. You came here for a reason. You came here to activate your rainbow light body. It's called these candlesticks, these angels that are called the pillars of light. They are actually called the lightning rainbow light bodies. And here's the rainbow. But you are in a stage right now where you're insecure. You're not hearing. You have blockages. You're worried. And you have blockages. The reason you're blocking is because you're taking on everyone else's shame, ignorance, narcissism, and you don't like it. It doesn't feel good. But you have to go through a rebirth and resurrect who you were. Merge flesh with spirit, and you'll unblock yourself because you'll realize all these feelings you're feeling, fear or whatever, they're not you. It's because you've indulged in the world of people who are spiritually dead, and you will feel what they feel, and it will feel like you, and you won't know that it's not you. When you realize that you are nothing and everything, you are just joy, then anything else is something that you got from someone else. Because your higher self is immortal and so powerful that greater is spirit within you than you are in the world. You should have no fear. Not of anything, not of anyone. Not even black magic. So have faith and know that you're just going through an awakening, and you're going to have to train your mind every night to listen to comedy, listen to 963 Hertz, and any relationship that you have that keeps on causing problems, you're going to have to let it go. And I don't mean kick your kids out, divorce your husband. You're going to have to make a sacred space, like put a tent up in your backyard or in your living room, and every single day transmute their negative energy with joy and refuse to engage in drama, ignorance, shame, whatever. You be a lighthouse of joy, and if the lost ships at sea want to come to you, they can, or not. Your higher self will teach you how to eat, who to be around, how to step into your gift, how to let go of everyone else's pains, including your own. And you walk into Walmart and some guy touches you or gets near you, or some person touches you and gets near you, and suddenly you feel these terrible feelings. You have to immediately know that you've become cross-contaminated. The Corona crown is we're starting to feel each other. We're starting to become each other. And some people are dark. And so we have to know every single day. What I do is I take a salt bath, and I basically baptize, quote unquote, myself every day, anoint myself every day, clear my energy every day. Otherwise, I find myself in emotions that aren't mine. And I can become real ugly because I will become someone, and I picked it up from somebody, not remembering that I'm really nothing. And it's difficult. It's difficult to get going. It's like a muscle that takes a lot of time to work out. So you will unblock it. You are going through a polar shift. 911, that's 11. 1111, this is the twin flame twin tower, number 11. Jesus Christ has 11 letters in his name. He's at 11 o'clock. And you are going through an awakening. And it's not easy. Growing pains is painful. But you're going to be okay. All right? Just know that a lot of these feelings that you're feeling are not yours. You're moving from water to fire, from the moon to the sun. And once you engage with your sun energy, you may be the cat. You may be this. You'll be so adept at how to not be cross-contaminated that your light won't be dimmed by anything, because you know that you're no longer just you. You have a very strong spiritual ally because you've gone through a rebirth. All right, so make sure that you take a picture here. And I'm going to do another piece, or do this right here where you could take a picture. Just know that you're not alone. And all your family members that are just, and you're just like, and I know how it is. Things will shift. You will shift timelines, and when you shift, they will shift. Just don't look back. Don't put labels on them. Oh, well, you're this and you're that. You have to forgive and know that when you change, they change. But it takes a lot of time. Something that you can do to make your life easier and better. Clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Clean your house, clean your car. Get up in the morning and do something different. Put beautiful flowers on the table. Open the windows. Put on 963 hertz. Begin dancing in your house. Put up a tent. Make sacred spaces. Begin treating people different. Begin thinking about them differently, knowing that your thoughts are telepathic. They can feel your thoughts and they react to them. So you're going to clean your thoughts, clean your heart, clean your house, clean your car, clean everything. And once you keep doing this, you'll notice you'll start shifting timelines. Or as Jesus calls it, moving mountains. And it takes time, but you'll do it. Yeah. Notice that mom and dad are actually holding you up. So you're being supported. It's just, I'll tell you, I suffered more than I can imagine because I didn't know that I was taking on the sins of the world. I didn't know that my neighbor next door who has a dragon energy and all this, that when I would connect with them, that I would feel them. And I began to feel angry and I began to feel things that I wasn't used to. It took a long time for me to figure out that their feelings were not mine, but I felt it. And I carbon copied it onto me and I started feeling angry. And then finally my husband was like, "Who did you read for?" And I was like, "Why?" He was like, "'Cause you're being snappy." I was like, "Oh, maybe I read for somebody who has anger issues." He was like, "You need to do a cleansing because that's not you." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I mean, that's how it is. We become each other in this new world, and we have to be careful. And just know, all of you are oracles. You just haven't realized it. If you dream and you think it's about you, let's say you dreamed about the end of the world. Everything was on fire. What? There was a tsunami. Consider who you were thinking about, because it may be the end of the world for them. And you say, "Well, this must be a prediction about all of us. We're all going to die. We're doomed." Be careful who you think about. You will carbon copy their fate onto you, and that's not your fate. You can shift timelines to a place or a realm where everything is in your favor. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all things will be added unto you. All things. So don't think the worst, think the best. Guys, I'm going to click out of here real quick because I need to call Martha. And if you ordered a reading from me through Cash App or forestfairy.com, you really should text me because I don't know who you are on TikTok. And I would prefer connecting with your energy before I read for you, like either text or call you. And many of you guys have ordered. And I feel a little overwhelmed and I feel like I'm neglecting you because I don't know who you are. And I'm thinking, well, I should just go ahead and just do a reading for you, but I also don't know how to share a video with you once I'm finished. And if you go to forestfairy.com, it says in the very first line, text me right after purchase, right? So text me if you have ordered and let me know. And then I will schedule you. It may be a wait time, maybe not. Depends on divine timing. But just know that you really should text me because that's the first thing you should do. Otherwise, I put you at the back of the list waiting for you to text me. And then you're like, oh, Mary doesn't love me at all. And it's not that. It's just that it gets really confusing for me on my end. And the way that I've handled it is just like, all right, you guys text me because it's too much for me to figure everything out on my own. So I'm going to go call Martha, whom is someone who says I forgot her. And we need to do a reading for her so she doesn't feel neglected either. So I'm going to click out for just a second, call Martha, and I'll be right back. Okay, my goodness. We got some confusion. Ever since I said, hey, you guys need to text me, I'm starting to get texts from a whole bunch of people. And it's like, everything in divine timing, right? Whoosh. Deep breath. Let's anoint your peace, Martha. You feel blocked. You want to know where you are spiritually. You want to feel loved. You want to feel like Spirit is thinking about you. And you are. So we're anointing your peace with butterfly perfume. Here we go. Oh, okay. See, Jennifer, I have you down for 12 o'clock Saturday. So if you want to wait until after Martha, if you have time today, we can do you today. But I don't know why I had Saturday down. We just did Jessica. Jessica was scheduled today for 12, and then you're scheduled Saturday at 12. So if you want to do today after Martha, then just be patient and wait after Martha, okay? Otherwise, I can refund you, whatever you want. All right, here we go. Martha. I love the name Martha, by the way. I get this song in my head before I even begin. And I'll go ahead and sing it while I'm doing your piece. You ready? Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now I find I need to hide away. I don't know if I know the words. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday. Life was such an easy game to play. Now I'm dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Just to let you guys know, this video will be posted on YouTube, as I have finally am able, through my Wi-Fi, I'm able to post the entire reading from beginning to end on YouTube. You guys, Queen Karma used to do it for me, and someone said, please post the video for me. And I was like, okay, I'll try. And it's working. So Martha, a raven eating an eye is the symbol of Odin. And very interesting. You're looking at a cell phone or a tarot card. Not really sure yet. Maybe both. You are putting salt over your shoulder as protection. What are you protecting from? What do you need protection from? Martha, are you thinking about neglected children, maybe children who are hurt, little children who are, there's a lot of people who believe that there are a lot of hurt children, that they're being abused, they're being kidnapped, they're being used for ugly things. Have you thought about that? I'm looking at your comments now. Kids are getting hurt all over the world. Okay. So Martha, I want to counsel you about something that is going to be very difficult for you to believe. Where you send your mind and your thoughts at this time, you will attract it, and you will feel it, and it will pull you down. And I believe that there is a time for us to help the children, but it is not this time to be thinking about that. Many of us are transforming and becoming part half flesh, half spirit. We are connecting with our spirit. And when you send your mind to this truth of the underworld, the world of the dead, the people who have no conscience, you will take on their sins. You will take on their energy. You will take on their world, and you will shift your timeline to a lower realm. When Dorothy, I'm going to finish your piece. Just give me a second. When Dorothy began walking the yellow brick road, she began walking a spiral because it was like a spell. And she met 3 individuals. She met the Scarecrow. She met the lion, and she met the Tin Man. Okay? People who live in sin, who are spiritually dead, who are not awoke, they are usually in the world of hurting each other. Children will always be hurt. Animals will always be hurt in that lower realm. Okay? But it's not our job to help them yet. You have to be walking on water before you can go and help them. You have to be the Christ who can raise the dead before you can go. Okay? So, let's say you are 11 years old spiritually, and you want to go to 12 years old. When Jesus was in the temple, he was 12. He was not walking on water. He was not raising the dead. He had to leave. They could have used him, but he wasn't ready. He came back at age 30, walking on water, raising the dead. He had to grow. So when we leave behind shame, ignorance, and narcissism, we have to mentally leave it too. We can't seek first the kingdom of hell. We have to seek first the kingdom of God or heaven at this time. Your higher self would never ask you to think about such things. Your higher self wants you to grow, and it takes life energy to grow, not death energy. So Dorothy met the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow hangs on a cross, taking on the sins of the world. He doesn't know who he is. He's just a carbon copy of everyone's feelings, dead or alive. The narcissistic Tin Man had no heart. And the shame and blame lion shamed and blamed the world, constantly thinking about how terrible the Wicked Witch of the West was, until Dorothy had to slap the lion in the face and say, stop shaming, stop blaming, stop seeing evil, stop thinking about the world of the dead, stop seeking first the world of hell. And if you can slap the lion in the face and literally only think of your joy, your happiness, your faith, and your love, and leave the world of the dead behind, even if they're children, even if they're animals, not because you are not a good person, but because Spirit says so, then you will find yourself in your green heart chakra, Emerald City, where you will become a horse of many colors, a collective consciousness, and the voice of God will tell you what to do. And if you really care for the children, then you will do this, because you will become powerful, you'll become a lighthouse, and then you can go back and save these children, but not now. Right now, all it does is pull you back down into a world. You never get to Emerald City if you're still hanging around and haven't healed shame, ignorance, or narcissism, right? So you're looking at your cell phone and you're looking at these children and you're looking at these things and you're putting salt over your shoulder. So you may say out loud, "Dear God, help these children. Dear God, help me." But your action of indulging in the world of hell is going against that prayer. Your action is a prayer. So don't listen to the world of the dead. Let the dead bury the dead. Okay? People or energies that are spiritually dead. There will be a time for us to come back and save the world. But it is not now. Now is our time to just grow and be strong. When you become a lighthouse, then those who are lost at sea in the dark will eventually see us and find their way. But if we are dark, so are they. So you have somebody behind you. This is like a spirit guide, trying to help you, comforting you, and wanting your throat to speak the throat of spirit, not the news and the world of the dead. So this spirit guide, she's the invisible female that you can't see. You're not looking at her. She is wanting to grow your wings into these light fairy wings and wear this white, beautiful dress and have this crown of light, and you look so beautiful. And you can't and you're learning from the number 111. This is the energy of the sun, and you are learning to hear. You are starting to hear the voice of your higher self, but she's having to get rid of some very negative thoughts of yours that come from the world of lies. Somebody who's a liar and wants you to believe things that aren't true. And she takes them and she swirls them in a tornado. This is a symbol of your Taurus field. And she sends you the Holy Dove. But you're distracted. You're putting salt trying to protect yourself, but it's you who's thinking about the worst of the world, and you're putting yourself in the world of hell. And you need to be thinking about heaven at this time and creating that heaven for yourself and everyone around you. And your higher self wants you to speak the voice of spirit. You have a man who loves you and thinks about you. And I don't know who that is. You're supposed to be a scryer, someone who is either an oracle, or you do what I do, or you learn to write down automatic writing from the mouth to the pen, the voice of spirit for the world. And this should be good news, not bad news. You also have not a goldfish, but one of those fishes from Nemo, the tiger fish, the striped fish. Remember when Nemo was stuck and he had to heal? You have a big heart. you're letting the energy of the dead go into your heart. And there's a dragon. The dragon is a spirit guide that will push you to do what must be done. You need to go to the number 13. That's your agenda, to be the master. 1 and 3 makes 4. That's the 4th heart chakra. When Jesus found his 12 disciples, he made a coven. A coven is 13. That's the covenant. It's a new covenant. It's a new world. You have rebirthed. You are at 12 o'clock, but you're looking back at 11. You shouldn't be looking back. You should be looking straight ahead or going to 13 and focusing on your Taurus field and seeking first the kingdom of God at this time. There will be a time when you may decide where Spirit will say, yeah, all right, it's time to fight. It's time to go battle the world of the dead, but not today. Today, you have a man coming forward saying, there's an Easter egg. This is a time of rebirth, a time of growth, a time of life energy. He's saying it's the season of spring. So there's a time for everything. There is a time to indulge in death energy. There's a time to fight. There's a time to die. There's time to live. And this is an Easter egg. And this is a spring energy of it's your time to shine. It's your time to have fun in heaven energy. We've been in the hell world long enough, and we need to stop thinking about it. And we need to move past it so we can be pillars of light for those who are stuck there. And we're not supposed to fight it until Spirit says so. Your mind needs to be the mind of your higher self. And so when the raven ate Odin's one eye, the eye went into the world of the moon to experience it. And it's a story of the black raven going into the dark world. But you've already been there. You don't need to experience it again. You're in your salt phase, to be the salt of the world. This is your white phase, the white holy dove, the white fairy, the white this. And you have to let go and forgive. And they're going to be okay, because there is no such thing as death. We've all died. We've all been rebirthed. Our consciousness bounces like a thief in the night. We don't even know it. So just know that you're going to be okay. And there's this man keep coming to you. I don't know who he is, but he's like saying it's time to relax. Putting your arms up, relax, enjoy, be thankful, trust, have faith. Does this make sense to you, Martha? Notice that this makes a giant bell. Ding dong, it's your divine marriage. Your marriage of flesh and spirit, going into that golden bell, the golden age of Aquarius, where you get your golden crown. And if you don't marry flesh with spirit, and you keep staying in the flesh world, you won't pass. Don't look back, you'll turn to stone. You have to go through the 1111 gateway, and you have to go from 12 to 13. Yes, death is an illusion. I'm looking at your comments now. Yes, trust in spirit, live in joy. Yes, you guys are saying really great comments. I know you're trying, but listen, Martha, I know you're trying. But if you are indulging in death, destruction, oh, look at this, guys, it's the end of the world. Oh my gosh, there's going to be a volcano erupting and all of these earthquakes and children dying and all this, that's not the world that you're in. This world, you're not of it. And we have to train our minds to usher in heaven by thinking of heaven. And it's so sad to leave the world of the dead behind, and even a part of ourselves there. But it must be done. There is no other way. This rebirth and this marriage requires obedience. It requires that we hear the voice and we obey it. Spirit will say, whisper in your ear, hey, don't drink soda. It's causing you to be depressed. Don't smoke weed. It's a depressant. Only smoke it maybe once every 2 weeks if you're going to. Don't associate with people who cause drama and bring down your highest version of yourself and others. If you get upset by anything anyone says, then you still have self-importance. And we have to heal that and know that we are nothing. We are everyone and everything. I am you, you're me. It's just that some of us can be like a virus to us because they're still in the world of the dead. And when we connect with them, we feel them and it hurts us. So we have to be a person that when I think about you, it doesn't hurt me. You are a light and you give that blessing and you help that ascension, right? And you are doing good. You're at 12. Your hands are at 11. You're looking at the number 13. But you're allowing your mind to go to places that you're leaving behind. You're going to have to close that door and let the dead bury the dead. There comes a time when, I would love to eat donuts. I would love to drink soda sometimes. I sometimes would like to give up doing this because it takes up a lot of my time. One reading can take 3 to 6 hours, depending on how long the video is, how long it takes me to paint it, all of that. But here's the thing. I'm no longer me. And Spirit says great things are going to come through me if I obey. And if I feel overwhelmed, if I get overwhelmed, Spirit says, okay, backtrack. You need to do this better. You need to make this easier for yourself. You need to transmute every day. Make sure you're hydrated, all this stuff. Drink clean water. And I do it. Sometimes I don't want to. But I know that it's like Harry Potter never going to Hogwarts. Could you imagine being stuck in the Muggle world? Constantly being ridiculed, everyone seeing the worst of you instead of the best of you? It would be a nightmare. If you want to go to Hogwarts and you want to step into your adepthood, you want to walk on water and raise the dead, there's a price to pay. And that is what you think, what you feel, who you are around. You may have to let people go and all that. But I don't see that you are sick. I don't see that you are doing anything that's making you fall. I see you are distracted by artificial intelligence, which wants you to think on their world because everything is mind. And if your mind becomes their mind, then you're no longer in a higher realm, you're in their realm. But if you seek first the kingdom of God all the time, then I know it sounds crazy. You always hear these spiritual people go, oh, love and light, you have to be in balance. I just can't stand people who are always about love and light. I get it. But we were in the dark most of our lives. And if we want to swim in love and light because our higher self is asking us to do that in order to understand the light more, then that's just where we are. We will eventually move back to our balance of being able to handle both worlds. That's when you are ready to go back and help these people. But it's not now. Now we're in the light. It is going to be all love and light. It is going to be all joy, 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 laugh, laugh, laugh. Enjoy it. You may have to go back down there and start fighting some people and kicking some ass. If that's the case, well, you'll be prepared for it. Spirit will prepare you, but it's not now. Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome, Haley. Thank you. Yeah. So, Martha, just make sure that you give me a good 3 days to finish, and I will do your video. This reading live on TikTok will be on YouTube as well. And I just want you to know that you're supposed to do great things. You're supposed to scry or read for people. If you want to do tarot cards, if you want to do spiritual cards, if you want to do, but you're supposed to speak almost like light language or automatic writing of spirit. Eventually, that's what you're going to do. But your higher self, which is a female energy, is training you at this time. And it's okay to make mistakes. I make mistakes every day. I think about the worst sometimes. And yeah, your higher self says, don't go back down to the gray moon energy with your mind. Stay in the light. Holy Dove. Here. And also there's something else on your cell phone. I don't know who you're communicating with. There's other problems there. Cut them out. You have a grandmother energy here. She's part of this whole face. She's an older woman. She says you're not alone. Oh, that's so funny. I don't know if it's a grandmother. It's an older woman. She's saying you're not alone. You're never alone. You're always being helped. You're so welcome. I hope you took a picture. And divine timing for when I finish it. You texted me, so I'll be able to text this back to you. So let's go to Jessica. So let's reiterate one more time, Martha. Seek first the kingdom of God. You're going through a marriage. Your heart chakra is wide open. So this means negative energy can get in there. And your dinosaur, your dragon here will be ruthless with you if you do something that's against spirit. Spirit has to be fed life energy, and don't allow any death energy just at this time, okay? Gandalf, the Grey, had to die before he died to fight a demon of fire. And when he came back, he was Gandalf the White. And he fought Saruman and Grima Wormtongue. And before, when he was Gandalf the Grey elephant, he did not have the power to defeat Saruman, mind control. So when we go through this rebirth, and we go from gray to white, from lead to gold, from the moon to the sun, we will turn white. That white angel you have, the white fairy, and you have your wings. And when you become Gandalf the White, watch out, world of the dead, Saruman, Grima Wormtongue, mind control. Because they shall not pass, and you may be asked to go at that time when you turn white as salt. Okay? But you have not fallen. You're just distracted at this time. So, no, it's not Jessica, it's Jennifer. Jennifer, if you are still available, I'm going to call you because I definitely need to connect with your energy because I've been connecting with other people. And let's go ahead and go forward. And that way tomorrow we'll have a class. I'm going to be giving a class on becoming an oracle. Okay. So I will be right back. I'm going to call Jennifer. Okay, we are back, you guys. Hello, hello. My name is Mary Moses. We are going to be reading for dear Jennifer. This is a sacred reading, so please keep the space sacred. The Holy Spirit moves through my body, my hands, my voice. I could make mistakes and I could be wrong. We are all in this together, learning and growing. So thank you for your patience and your love and for making this space sacred and loving. The golden crown, we are in the golden age of Aquarius. Aquarius is not a time that is linear. It's a time that you either ascend to or not. So you're going to either ascend to Aquarius or not. Make sure you guys remember to drink clean spring water and make your water sacred, as it is the most important power you can have within your body right now. So we are going to anoint Jennifer's piece and bring forward her spirit guide currently and help her to be anointed with her body and to energize her spirit, make it stronger, make her heart stronger, make her feet glittery. We will, our form of anointing is glitter, glow in the dark glitter. This is what I put on my hands. Glitter. Yeah. So we do things not conventional here. So, Jennifer, you and I are children. We're playing. We're chasing butterflies. You have a wand. You're realizing, oh my gosh, gravity has lessened. And we start floating up. And we're surprised. You got to wonder if at one time, like during the time of Atlantis, if gravity was less than it is. This is how all the things were built, with heavy things, because there wasn't as much gravity. Zeus's twin brother is named Apocalypse, and he was the god of gravity. So there is a story about there being less gravity at one time, and we began to fly. We could fly like Harry Potter. That's what I saw. Let's see what Spirit has to say. So thank you, Spirit. Feel free to take a picture at this time. I see many sacred geometrical shapes, numerology. You have ancient ones standing there, 3 ancient ones. They are all people who, of the past, ancient past. You have ancient truth coming into your life, and you need to get into sacred geometry. Why? Because you're meant to be an alchemist, and you have to have an understanding of geometry and symbology. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go forward with your reading. But I'm going to look at you for a minute because you have so many energies coming forward. It's crazy. You have an invisible mother here, and this is the energy of. It's a long story, but it's basically, in layman's terms, the Mother Mary who birthed Christ consciousness and puts it into our DNA to activate us, because it's Sirius B, the dog star, that appears outside of us and inside our heart, and it activates us. And she's the invisible mother activating you right now. And there are ancient ones coming, a legion of ancient ones. And you have also a horse that you're riding, and the horse is the face of a Christ. Be careful when you're riding a horse that you are dominating spirit. Spirit should dominate you. You also have a lion, a lioness. You have a lot of animals coming forward. A lioness, for sure. All right. Well, oh wow. Okay, hold on a second. There's more communications coming forward. Hold on. Okay. You're no longer at 12. You're actually moving to 13. These people, I don't know who they are. I get the vibe that they are ancient ones coming to teach you ancient ways. Truths that were removed from our consciousness are being downloaded into us from a time past. You have a mind that has the rainbow bridge, and there's a rainbow above your head. You were riding a horse, and spirit kept showing me other things, and that you were dominating spirit, not allowing spirit to dominate you, and you're starting to see the shift of actually allowing spirit to dominate you. So there's an orb, and you have a rainbow. It goes into a secret place here. Now, I just see the an old woman. She reminds me of grandmother tree, or like an ancient entity or an ent that is coming through a photon belt. It's like, I don't know, like we are all going through an energy with our minds, and it's affecting our minds. It's like, okay, this is the vibe I get. Let's say the world, the realm that we live on, a long time ago, yes, we are going through a huge star. Our planet is going through a star so large you can't see it with a telescope or a microscope. Yes, she says yes. This woman is somehow part of your family, and she says there's this ancient woman, and there's this photon belt, like a belt of light, and it's changing our minds. Our planet is going through a shift so great. She says it could raise the dead. So she's holding up this coffin, and it has a cross in it. And we don't know because we can't see it, because you can't see it with a telescope. It's a giant, I don't know if it's a star. It's a giant star, something. And it's doing something with our minds, and it's amazing. And all these ancient truths are going to come to us, and things are going to shift like a thief in the night. And okay, so here's your arms, your hands. Why do you have your hands down low? I'm going to figure out what this is. This is a wall. So, you are hanging over a wall. Okay. This is a Christ. Christ resurrecting. So, okay, this is what I think, and what I'm pretty sure about temporarily my explanation to you. The allegory of this cross or this wall is we came from a world of the dead. You can, in alchemy, call it the world of the moon. You can call it the world of lead. You can call it ignorance, narcissism, darkness, or you can call it ego. There's many names for this, where we came from. To be above the wall means you have rebirth and your mind is different. Our frequencies are going through a significant shift. We are being resurrected. Ancient truths are being downloaded. Planets are colliding. There are things that are happening that are just behind the scenes. And here you are reaching down into the world of the dead. And I think I don't understand if it's good or bad yet. All these people on your back are supporting you and helping you. And I'm gonna look and see whether this is a good thing or not, that you're helping the world of the dead. So, give me a second. I do see a frequency here like this, a frequency fork. It could possibly be that you are meant to save those left behind. You are here as a last minute. This has the number 8. what I'm looking for is some symbol. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, hitchhike. They're on your back like piggyback, and then you have your thumb out like hitchhike. You're a rainbow bridge. And people walk up your arm. I just want you to know that your purpose for being here is to help those that are just a little left behind or praying, the moon energy, the death energy. But there are those little stragglers left behind. And the old earth, the old cow, Gaia. When we rise from the world of taking on the sins of the world and we resurrect and we rebirth, we leave the world of the dead behind. And some people who are stuck in dogmatic religion where they believe prayer is just tongue worship, they never actually get on their feet and know that action is a prayer. Okay? So many people say, I love Jesus so much, and they go to church and they read the Bible, but they, through their actions, actually crucify all the words of Christ, basically. They are antichrist. So many Christians are. They're hypocritical, judgmental. They don't realize that what they eat and how they poison their holy temple is against their temple. They don't realize judging others or causing separation is antichrist. Or they don't realize that that following death energy is not the way to ascend. They just pray and pray and pray, but they never get on their feet. And so it's, Jesus never said worship him, ever. As a matter of fact, he said never pray in public. He said follow me, and that takes using your feet. So you're holding this man down who's not getting up. He's praying, but he's deaf. Doesn't matter what he says. He can say, I love Jesus with all my heart, but he's not getting up. He's not doing it. Now, this person is walking and not praying, probably realizing that their action is a prayer and that spirit is leading them. And then for those people, you are a rainbow bridge to their ascension. And here you are, a rainbow bridge again, here. But don't think that you should save them. They have not gone through an awakening to realize that their action is a prayer. They follow death. It doesn't matter what they say. Now, the two heads coming together as one, we are becoming each other. The ones who are contaminated, who have death energy and are selfish and self-important and will not awaken, they are individualized. They will just be themselves. Those of us who are awakening are becoming more than one. Many. The allegory of Dorothy becoming a horse of many colors. I did see a horse here. It's one of your spirit guides, is a white horse. But we rise with Christ, which is many things, the sun, water, frequency, many things. And we raise the dead. We will raise the dead. But this person that's coming forward for you is reiterating through this energy is a knife. Not everyone is allowed. You have ascended. You're a rainbow bridge. You're a temple. You're a star. You have very powerful energy. I think you're doing a great job. You're probably getting so many downloads, it's making you feel crazy. I see that. I see that you are, feeling all of these things, not exactly understanding where we're going or what's happening, but we are going to a kingdom, and we're leaving behind a world that is ignorant. And you're reaching your hand going, hey, if you want to hitchhike, if you're ready to hear the voice of spirit and you're ready to walk the walk and not talk the talk, here's your last chance. So when you walk into Walmart, you walk into any place, your energy does this whether you are there or not, because your higher self activates it in an unseen way. So if your higher self is asking you at this time to help people left behind, then great. Do it with your voice, do it with your hands, do it with everybody. But there will be a time when you will let go and you won't look back. See how you're caressing somebody here, trying to wake them up. And you're comforting them, trying to help them. Number 9 here. Now, the triangle going down is down. This is water, this is fire. This is the moon, this is sun. These energies are judges, and they kind of tell you who goes up, who goes down. Triangle up, sideways, down, down. Some people are judges and they don't know it. We are in a time of judgment. This is Anubis. A judgment is something that happens in the unseen world. We may judge ourselves. I don't know. But this is a time of judgment. And you're a rainbow bridge. Now, you do have a heart. Your head makes an entire heart here. And you're listening to the voice of your spirit guides. I get this sense of a little bit of sadness from you. Maybe it's a sad thing that feels like it's happening, but it's also a beautiful thing, and I know it is also sad. But I think that there's something about that these people are just mirrors or reflections of who we used to be. And if we were them at one time and we're leaving them, then we're just leaving a part of ourselves that we no longer, like leaving munchkins. They're shorter than us. Like Dorothy, we grew tall. That's okay. They're just pieces of ourselves that are no longer, we've outgrown. So we just go. These are spirit guides or energies that love you. And so are these, but these are more serious judges. They're a little more ruthless, but they're still like spirit guides for you, and they're actually people, and I don't know who they are. And there's a bit of ruthlessness when it comes to cutting off the old world, and that's okay. And I hope you know, don't help people unless Spirit says so. When we go out of divine timing, or if we do not listen, if we go against Spirit and we help someone who's dead, and we can get in trouble for that. In trouble in the sense that they can put such negative energy on us that we can become depressed. And it would take our joy away. If you take your joy away, you take your crown away. If you take your crown away, you fall. And no one is worth falling for, especially since we know they're just mirrors of who we used to be. Oh, glitter badge. I love that. That's so cute. Thank you. So Jennifer, I don't know what your TikTok name is, but tell me what you think about this so far. You're a shooting star. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Don't you know? Jennifer, when you comment, say, I am Jennifer. That way I know who you are. Oh, this is Jennifer. Okay, I got you. So are you saying that you have cancer and you're wanting to know if you're going to vanquish cancer? You wanted to know where you were spiritually. I didn't know this was going to be a physical question. Will cancer go away? You got a reading from me, right? I don't know if I can answer that for you. I know that I healed my cancer, but you have to change your diet. It's almost preventative. Let me show you what I was drinking today. This may be a sign for you, so give me a second. We're going to my kitchen. This is called Bloodroot, and it heals cancer internally. All right? And I take Bloodroot for skin cancer, which there's a lot that goes into it. I don't know how or where you are with cancer or anything. I'll look, but I don't like this question. I almost want to say I don't want to answer this question because I like to just keep it where you are spiritually, because according to many of my readings, death doesn't exist. We just bounce our consciousness and we don't remember dying and all that stuff. So we have the letter C here, right? And you have the letter C there. I'll tell you what I'll do, Jennifer. We'll look at your body in the reading, but I don't like this. Not saying that I don't like it because anything bad is going to happen, but like I knew that I could possibly have cancer, and Spirit told me to change my diet and to do many things as a preventative, and I did. And if I didn't, I don't know where I'd be. So I don't know how you handle things. I don't know whether you listen to conventional medicine totally or if you use homeopathic remedies, if you can hear the voice of Spirit. It looks like you're doing a great job spiritually speaking. You have a job to do, and it looks like you're, a rainbow bridge. But, ooh. We're going to let this be your body. I will give you a couple of suggestions, though. If you take chemo, it's very acidic. You're going to want to combat any kind of chemo with a spoonful of baking soda water every morning and every night to make yourself more alkali. Maximus. I think there are a myriad of things going on here. I think illness manifests because of spiritual things that happened in our past. And I think that all healing is possible. You have to believe that you should go to a shaman and understand that in different cultures, they actually lay hands on you and make a sound with a frequency. I see a flute right here. And that cancer is killed through sound. They make a sound that's like 100 and, I don't know what kind of hertz, but it actually diminishes all cancer from you. And there are now Christ is saying you're going to be okay, but at the same time, I see that you should take other measures of having people who are ascended, laying hands on you, but not a bunch of jerks, not a bunch of religious people, because they're death people, in my opinion. I think it's real true people who follow life and are full of life energy, Christ consciousness people who are alive, spiritually alive. Laying hands on you and knowing about frequency, knowing about other remedies besides conventional. Because what doctors won't do is they won't tell you, oh, if you take chemo, that you should drink more water, and that chemo is so acidic that you could have acidity poisoning, right? So the answer is, if you can hear the voice of spirit and go to a shaman and get into frequency and do other things, you're going to be okay. And these shamans, these are the people that I saw in your piece, the older ones, the ancient ones. These are the ancient ones. These are ancient truths, ancient people. And they know about the spiritual aspect of healing, that all healing comes from an energetic level, frequency. All things are frequency. And everybody's laying hands on you. And you are being healed by them. Some people are healing you remotely taking their mind and remote sending you healing. So trust the voice of spirit to do things for you, but it's not going to happen, until you realize frequency, laying on of hands, like an anointing of people who are alive, not dead. Now, why is there's something about you sitting in front of a computer screen? So there may be something about you having trouble, and maybe the frequency of computer screens is causing something for you, like the energy of cell phones or computer screens. Be careful about that. This shaman says, I don't know who that shaman is. And the World Wide Web, be careful. You're getting frequency. Let's see what this says. Well, it's just another thumbs up. Thumbs up, but the thumb pointing up to having your hands laid on. But please don't go to religious people who beg and pray and beg with fear and please this and please that, when Christ told you how to pray. It's a command. Give us today our daily bread. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. It's a command. And of course, with a thankful heart. But there are so many dead people who are religious, and you do not want them to touch you. You want a shaman or someone who's into alchemy, people who are into energy and frequency and life energy, and to heal you in unseen ways. Remotely, all of that. You need to continue doing that. But he's giving you 2 thumbs up, but with that you have work to do to make sure that you get the support. Thank you so much for the gift. Oh, you believe in shamans. Good. A good healing shaman, I don't know. I don't know one. I have tried myself to heal people remotely. And I did everything that I thought I should do, and it didn't work. I'm not sure if that's my destiny, if I'm supposed to help, but I've lost faith in my abilities to do it because of it. So, for instance, my daughter's husband, his dad set himself on fire. And my daughter went to a church and held hands with these strangers to pray for him, like 2 or 3 days before he set himself on fire. And I told her, you don't know those people. A lot of bad people are religious, you know. And then his wife, which is my daughter's mother-in-law, had cancer. And we told her, make sure that your alkali is up, your pH especially. Make sure you're hydrated. Try to do everything to help to heal her in the physical. And then on the spirit realm, I tried to do everything I could with my light work, and it didn't work. But she wouldn't listen. She would not change her diet. And so your pH has to be perfect. Cancer lives in acidity, and chemo is acid. So you're going to want to combat acidity with baking soda water. Look it up. It'll raise your alkali quickly. And you're going to want to be hydrated. And you're going to want to get into frequency. And you're going to want to get to a shaman. Many shamans, 1, 2, 3. And they, with the body of Christ energy, that you will be okay. He has 2 thumbs up. But you need help, is what it's showing me. You can't do it alone. You need help. And I wish I knew someone, but I don't know anyone currently. Maybe someone on this live or this feed knows. Oh, show the bottle again. So there's different types of bloodroot. There's bloodroot pills in a pill form. I just got this today in the mail. I haven't tried it. I put it in my tea today. So it may be an omen for you. Bloodroot topically gets rid of cancer on your skin, all cancer. I had basal cell skin cancer and melanoma, and I used bloodroot salve, and what it does is it eats all the cancer, and and then it takes a couple of weeks to heal up. You don't have to have surgery. It's like $40. But if you let it go too far, it can cause, it to be some deep scarring there. So I always just use it as preventative, because Spirit told me that certain things are, you have to get it before it gets too bad, So I don't know that I have cancer. I don't go to the doctor because, I don't know, I feel like everybody wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die. It's my time to go. I'm going to go. I don't care. But Spirit tells me to take prevention because I don't think it's my time to go. But bloodroot is what Spirit brought me. And I know it helps topically. I don't know how well it helps internally, but people swear by it. Now, you will get a lot of backlash when you Google it, because Big Pharma does not want you to know that you can actually heal your skin cancer for $40. And plus, you get people who are really ignorant and don't use it appropriately and all of that. So you need help. You need to have people help you. Well, you should know that God is within conventional and natural medicine. Okay, aspirin was a lifesaver for humanity. I know that willow bark and cayenne pepper is a natural aspirin, but the aspirin that is conventional actually brings down a fever much quicker than the natural form. So I believe in a balance between conventional and natural. If you have to go through chemo because they tell you, then do that. But I met a friend here in Bonifay, Florida. She was told that she was going to die, right? And so she went to Mexico because she didn't want to die. And when she went to Mexico, she met a shaman. And this shaman says, do you want to live or do you want to die? And she says, I want to live. And because you have to want to live, right? Because if you're depressed or sad and you're just tired of this world, you may not want to live, right? She said, I want to live. And he said, okay, well, you have to do what I say. And she said, okay. And she had some kind of blood cancer that there was supposedly no cure for. So he said, for 2 weeks, you have to take this fresh cayenne pepper, red cayenne pepper, and they blended it in with water, clean water. She drank it through a straw, and that's all she ate for 2 weeks. Now, she was near death, and she was in her 30s, I believe. She had stage 4 or something. And so when she went to Mexico, they said, I'll heal you, but you have to do what I say. So she drank this cayenne pepper with water concoction for, I don't know how long, however long, 2 weeks, I think she said. I can't remember. And cayenne pepper is an anti-cancer, and it gets rid of parasites in your intestines, and it does many things. And let me tell you another thing you need to do. Anyway, her name's Joanne, and now she's in her 80s. She beat cancer, okay, because she went to Mexico. So anyway, if you don't know what your pH is, and you don't know what your hydration is, and you don't know what your glucose is, and you don't want to go to the doctor, you order something on Amazon called Q11, and it's a urinalysis test. It's a pee strip. It tests 11 things. It will test your pH. It will test your hydration. It will test your glucose, some kidney function, your liver, and you just pee on it, okay? But here's what I know, because I started taking fresh cayenne pepper every day after I met her, because I took it as an omen. So I started taking and growing my own cayenne pepper, fresh cayenne pepper. So if your pH and your hydration are good, everything else pretty much follows suit. So you want your pH to be about 7.0, and you want your hydration. You want to be hydrated and not dehydrated, and you will be on the up and up. But if your pH is acidic, like 6.0 or less, then everything will start going bad. Everything. So make sure you're hydrated with clean water, and make sure your pH, and you get this test. It costs $11, and it's called Q11. All right. And you can test yourself at home. Besides that, you have Bloodroot, and you have my story of the cayenne pepper. Jesus said 2 thumbs up, but the thumb is pointing toward remote healing, and the other thumb is pointed toward a shaman and an invisible mother woman laying both hands, and something about a flute and frequency. Get into sound therapy. There are videos. I'm not sure if people are lying or not, but they say that frequency heals cancer. And there are centers out there that actually aim the frequency on any tumors or cancer, and it diminishes, because everything is created by frequency. So there's a bunch of people who are into this. You just have to find the right people. I hope that made sense to you. And for some reason, I am shaking right now. So maybe there's something holy going on right now. Maybe there's something good going on right now, but I feel something. So I hope you feel it too. Take a picture of this. I want you to meditate on this image every night. Listen to comedy. Don't think the worst. Okay? Just know that when you Google bloodroot or when you get into homeopathic healing, you're not going to want to tell your doctor. They are against it. You might want to ask your doctor, why aren't you checking my pH if you're giving me such acidity? I think that chemo is like 4.0 acidity. It'll bring your pH down so fast. And cancer loves an acidic body, so be careful. Baking soda and water, that raises your pH quicker, faster than anything. You could also get pH pills or something, or but yeah. I love you too, darling. It's going to be okay. I can feel something. I'm like shaking. Raise up the body of Christ within you. Up. And know that Christ is water. God is frequency. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. How can God be a word? Because God is frequency and sound. Okay. And then Jesus said, living waters will pour from your heart, from him. He walked on water. He changed water into wine. When frequency hits water in your body, it does miraculous things. This is the resurrection within you. It activates in your brain. Your brain is 88% water. And when it becomes activated, water holds memory. It begins talking to you. It's alive. Why do you think there's an agenda to kill water? Fluorinated, chlorinated water, dead water. Because if you drink clean spring water, it will talk to you. It goes to your brain. It actually has memory. It's sacred geometry. And it has a voice. So Christ is water, God is frequency, and you're going to resurrect that within you. With help, of course. You're over there doing the thumbs up with the image, Erica. I love you. That's true. Do you see why it makes me nervous to do these readings? Although I love, what Spirit has to say. I don't ever do relationship videos. People catch me in a web sometimes. I'll talk to them and say, oh, what do you want to see in your reading? Oh, just whatever Spirit wants to tell me. And I'll just look for where they are spiritually. That's what I look for. If you want me to look for cancer, I have to look for it. If you want me to connect with a deceased loved one, they'll probably show up. But I have to look for it, right? And they just, and then they say, oh, well, can you look to see, if my boyfriend and I are going to stay together, or if my husband and I are going to get divorced? And I'm just like, oh, damn it. I don't want to be responsible for whatever I say. If I say you're going to stay together, but the butterfly effect is you hit him in the head with a beer bottle, then I'm going to be wrong, because your action can change timelines. Your action can change like a butterfly effect. What you do or don't do changes the reading. Your actions changes a reading and changes timelines. So if you stay together, if you don't stay together, it could be wrong or right, That's why I don't like doing those readings, because I think that it's a silly thing. You should be able to stay or not stay with whatever relationship and handle that on your own. I care more about your eternal soul and whether or not you are listening to death or life, or whether you are alive or dead, or whether you are healthy and all of that. But when it comes to cancer and when it comes to health issues, I don't like to answer those questions either, because of the same reason. What you do or don't do changes the reading. If you go out and eat donuts all day and drink soda all day and continue the acidity in your body, it'll change like the butterfly effect. Yeah. I mean, I always say this as a prelude to every reading. the agenda isn't for you guys to become addicted to my voice. The agenda is for you to hear your higher self yourself, so that you never continuously look for answers outside of you. All the answers are within you, all of them. And I push you to your greatest timeline, to your greatest self, and to unblock your ears so that you can hear the voice of your higher self, and then you don't need anybody. And then you become powerful. We're all powerful, and that's it. You're welcome. I think it was meant to be, and you know why, Jennifer? And here's the thing, even though I don't like to do readings on cancer or relationships or anything, it's not really up to me. It's up to Spirit. And because Spirit brought me the bloodroot in the mail yesterday, this, let me get you to take a picture of it exactly. Now, this is a dietary supplement of bloodroot, but my actual, what I have been taking prior to this is bloodroot pills. Now, it says, dried, wild-crafted bloodroot, organic, grain-free alcohol. Suggested use, shake well, mix 1 full dropper in water, take 3 times daily. 100% kosher, soy-free, non-GMO, U.S. grown, gluten-free. I just was told to buy this, and I just did, and I just took it today. I don't know if it works, but I know that I was taking bloodroot pills before that. Because I have cancer? No. Because I'm preventing cancer. Because Spirit told me to. You're welcome. Oh, sending you love too, Terry, spiritual baby. Yes. Let me see if I can find the pills for you guys. You guys need to know what the pills are. The pills, I actually bought bloodroot powder and all the ingredients to make it myself, but I haven't done it yet. But anyway, because I know that it works. Let me see if I have a bottle of it somewhere. Bloodroot, bloodroot, bloodroot. Was it here? There? No. Let me see here. I think I used it all up. Oh, there's also pH booster. You can boost your pH. Let me get in the light here. You can boost your pH with a pH booster. But really what I do is I drink baking soda with, let me show you. I'll do it for you. Let me get a glass. Sorry, my kitchen is a mess. I don't want you to see my kitchen because I haven't cleaned it yet. This is actually our baking soda glass that we use every day with a spoon. This is the baking soda. We get organic baking soda from Fresh Market. Let's go over here. This is what you do. You take a half a spoonful of baking soda. You put it in the cup. This is raising your pH because of acidity. The water that comes from our fountain is spring water. I fill it up maybe about that much, just enough just to have a sip. Do what your body says. If your body tells you, and stir it, of course. You get a stir here. stir it and drink a sip or 2 sips. You don't have to drink the whole thing. All right? You don't want to shock your system and do too much at once. Looks like we glitched there for a second. Let me go back to the office. So let me show you this. Okay. So this is pH strips. And if you are 7.0, it looks like this color. And they're yellow in color. And they don't work. They're not as accurate as the urine strips. But just as a tester, you take it and you lick it. And mine turns green. You see the green color? And you test the green color with the diagram here. See? Mine is 7.0. Maybe even a little more. I'm very, very alkali. I'm very alkali. But you should be around here. And if you're acidic, you'll be yellow. I test my children all the time and I raise their pH because pH is everything when it comes to cancer and health and your immune system. It's everything. Why doesn't the doctor check your pH? I don't know. You gotta wonder. Why don't they check your hydration? I don't know. It's the number one thing that for all health is hydration and pH. Yeah, I would say 7.2. I am about 7.2. You shouldn't be too alkali either. It looks like I'm a little too alkali. You should be 7.0. Isn't that funny? 7 continents, 7 days in a week, 7 seas, 7 continents, 7 spirits of God, 7 chakras, 7 musical notes, 7 metals, 7 spirits of God, 7 trumpets, 7 seals, 7 deadly sins, and now we have 7.0 pH, of course. Yeah, when you go to the doctor, okay, if I was a shaman, I would bring you in and say, let me see your tongue. If your tongue was pink and clean, I would know that I didn't need to check your pH or your hydration. I could tell by your tongue and your breath. All right. Then, if your tongue looked abnormal, I would check your pH and your hydration. I would guarantee that if your tongue didn't look normal, that you were either dehydrated or your pH was off. And if those two things are not in balance, then there's a myriad of things that can go wrong after that. And that's it. It's actually quite simple. And then if you're acidic or you're alkali, then you can common sense a lot of things from there. And drink more water, eat less sugar, eat less carbs, eat more fruits and vegetables, exercise, sun gaze, get into frequency, laugh, be around shamans, dance, all this stuff. And it's actually quite simple, but we complicate it. Honey is a natural antibiotic. Lately, Spirit has been telling me to do olive oil and vinegar. So I do an apple cider vinegar or a balsamic vinegar, olive oil and vinegar. I take my olive oil and vinegar and I eat olive oil and vinegar with my almonds. And almonds are not a nut, they are a seed. And these almonds are full of calcium, iron, and potassium, fiber, hardly any sugar, 0% sugar, but 282 milligrams of potassium. And this is what I eat during the day, and that's all I eat. during the day because I'm not supposed to eat sugar or bread. And it fills me up and all of that. Now, my husband makes dinner and I eat it, but I tried not to eat too much. Yeah, honey actually increases your oracle abilities and your psychic abilities and all of that. Oh, you were led to eat pecans. What? Yes. Nuts. See, if you're not allergic to nuts, you should do, all kinds of nuts. I'm allergic to all nuts, peanuts, pecans, cashews, everything. I break out in welts. But Spirit said, oh, well, you can eat almonds. And I'm like, no, I can't. It's a nut. And then I read about it and it's not a nut and I'm not allergic to it. So I eat almonds. Oh, really? Your daughter made almonds with honey and cinnamon and it was delicious. I love that. I love it. Yeah, I love pecans so much. I wish I could eat it. I love all nuts, but I can't. I cannot eat all nuts. All right, who wants a real quick reading? Thank you, Jennifer. Everything's going to be okay. You are a shooting star. And you're doing a great job spiritually. Be careful about touching or being near the world of the dead. At this time, protect your energy and protect your power. You are a rainbow bridge, but since you're going through a cancer and a health issues, you shouldn't be connecting with anyone except people who are emitting this life energy for you. Protect yourself. Keep your body sacred at this time. And that's why you have the Christ energy on your solar plexus. This is your sun energy. Protect your solar plexus. This is the sun here. And don't let anyone touch you unless they are, that they are for life energy. Let Spirit lead you to the right people. You're so welcome. All right, so we have people commenting. All right, let me see. All right, so it says, would love to see if anyone or thing is attached to me, making me sick. I have not been sick in years. What is your first name? Mountain Fairy 777. Hi, Opal Star. So glad to see you. Missed your lives. I wish I've had time. I haven't had any time to go on lives lately. I miss you. Brianna. All right. Go over here. We'll do just this one, and then I have to, a whole bunch of people texted me about their reading, and I'm going to have to schedule readings tomorrow and possibly Sunday. I don't know, but I think a whole bunch of people were like, I ordered and didn't hear from you. And I was like, oh, you have to text me. So we do have people. I always do at least one free reading a day. And we do have people waiting for their readings who paid for one. So, but Brianna, let's go ahead and connect with you, baby. You said, let me read what you said again. You said, would love to see if anyone or thing is attached to me, making me sick. I have not been sick in years. Brianna, make sure that you are following me, as following me is a love for me, and I will try to follow you back here as well. I love you so much. Thank you for loving me back. The minute I tried to connect with your energy, I saw a broken glass. Maximus. And I don't know why. I'm going to try to see you. I'm not seeing you. Hold on. So, see what I'm seeing. See your rainbow. And see yourself on a swing. And you're really happy and the wind is blowing on you. Yeah. And I'm going to hug you and we're children. And I just feel a block between us. So that broken glass, it was like crack, blam, like right in my face. So hold on. Let's fly above the earth. So something on the earth is keeping us apart. All right, so you and I are flying. We're holding hands up in the sky. Okay, it's much better up here. And I see you. You're a very carefree person. You live in the moment. You're pretty authentic. You're spinning. You like to engage with people and feel how they feel and they love you. And you have a good vibe to you. But it's not good when we go on the earth. So I don't know what that is. Let's find out. So the song that comes into my head when I'm thinking about you is say, say, say what you want, but don't leave me. Mm-hmm. Take, take, take. Mm-hmm. 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 Girl, to get through to you, 'cause I love you, baby. Through the years, baptized in all my tears. In front of you, you know I'm crying. Ooh, 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 ooh. Say, say, say. I think that the symbol is baptized in all my tears. So there's something about, even if you're not religious, there's a shamanic, alchemical understanding of baptism. So let's look at you. Let me just ask you this question, Brianna. Do you connect with people who consider themselves witches? Like people who are into witchcraft or anything like that? I'm seeing something that it does look like manipulation, mind manipulation, and I don't know if they're really religious people or they're like wicked witches. And I consider wicked witches and really religious people one and the same. I am seeing something here. Um, Okay, so let me just show you what I see, and let's talk about this, and let's not see the worst, because guess what? We have the ability within our genes and within our hearts to take what is evil and turn it into good, and we can always see the best and actually shift timelines. But what I'm seeing currently is somebody putting a wand into your head. And I don't like how they look. And it may not be a bad thing. I just don't understand it, is what I'm saying. I don't know why you're feeding a baby. Did you get around a baby? Do you believe in the vax? Because there's something about that. All right. I do see manipulation, and it could be something that we're not understanding. So let's just talk about it, okay? Because I don't like it. Yeah, it's the vaccine. Many people are getting sick from vaccinated babies, especially that. So, it's actually pushing you down, and it's actually just but you don't have soul sickness. Like, I don't see you in a bed laying down. You're just seated, meaning that it's temporarily taking away your power. This doesn't mean it's forever or anything like that. There's a surrender flag. You have energies looking after you. Saluting you. People in the military have to take the vax, and there's something about that. And I don't know if it's the vax, but I just know that it there's babies. I'm seeing things I don't understand, and it bothers me, and I'm so sorry, darling. I don't understand some of these energies. It could just be a manifestation of illness coming as ugly monsters or whatever, but it's not. Don't take it as the worst. There's people in your life, there's energies who are not alive. I call them the Pinocchio. Their pineal gland is completely blocked off, and there's a battle where people who are spiritually dead are infecting people who are alive. And I know that sounds strange. I know it's very strange, but it's actually happening. So we're having to, spiritually speaking, we're having to stay away from certain people so that we don't get that. I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, so yes, there is someone in bed here. And when I see somebody in a bed, you're going to have to raise your frequency and your energy. And I don't know who these people are that have these light eyes. And it says, this is a Russian, and this is an American flag, and this is a surrender, and these are people who are making hybrids and clones, and there's an agenda going on, and we don't know what it is, and so there's lies going on in the world, and people aren't able to speak it, and it's surprising. It's making like an exclamation mark. It's like, and there's people who are, and the babies, they are causing other people, when we get around these vaccinated babies, causes women especially to have a lot of really bad monthlies and back pain and headaches and things like that. There's things going on that's difficult to believe, but yeah, you're going to have to play it safe and be careful. Be careful to be around the spiritually dead, witchcraft, especially people who practice black magic, people who are dead, trying to practice magic. Magic comes from the Holy Spirit. So if you're spiritually dead, then you practice black magic because you don't obey the Holy Spirit. People in the military, they have had the jab. Oh, that's what this is. This is the jab. This is the vaccine. So be careful. There are principalities and powers at play that are going on behind the scenes. We don't know what it is. But it's an agenda to make us go down when we're supposed to go up. And this is the jinn. The jinn is in your genes, and it's gene manipulation. I don't like to talk about this because I could be wrong. And it's none of my business because I do what I want and you guys do what you want. And you're supposed to listen to your higher self. I listen to my higher self, and you do what you think. And if it's right for you, you do it for you. And if it's not right for you, don't do it for you. But this is what Spirit is showing us. So the Russians are here, whatever reason, and there's a bunch of lies, And the Jinn is in your genes. And this is a flag, a white flag. We're going back to 0, where there's no color. And I did see hybrids, like hybrid babies. Like they have these eyes. And they reminded me of, I don't know. It felt like it's supposed to be a new world of some sort. And be careful is all I'm saying. But you're going to be okay. You have 2 birds protecting you. And these 2 birds are keeping the Jinn from affecting you. It did bother you. Something is affecting you. Be careful about being around babies, people in the military, and liars. And hunt for personal power. Drink a lot of water. Make sure that you are eating foods that get rid of parasites. Antiviral is Anise Star. I'll write this down for you. Anise Star is one of the main ingredients in the swine flu remedy. So it actually helps with all viruses. You're going to drink it in a tea, and drink a lot of hot tea with honey. And ground yourself, stay warm, and stay away from the public at this time, because something's going on. Okay, yeah, the military does stuff, and I don't know. I don't know how to, but you interpret it. You interpret it the way you think. I don't want to give you, because these are opinions of mine. And I don't know, although this did come from spirit, I don't want to give you too many dark opinions, because greater is spirit within you than you are in the world, and there's nothing that can hurt you. Not anything, not a vaccine, not nothing. But there is an agenda, and it bothers me, and I'm not really sure why the Jinn is here. I'll explain to you what the Jinn is really quickly before we go. In the beginning was Genesis. This spells genes. There was also the Gentile. The Jinn used to be spelled like this. And then it was changed to this. And then it was changed to this. They are connected to the genie. And they are connected to the Jinn. The Jinn actually means genius as well. But the story of it is that King Solomon controlled the Jinn. And when they disobeyed, he put them in bottles made of lead. We are the bottles of lead that must transform from lead to gold. So the Jinn, you are born with the Jinn in your genes. And we transcend or burn away the Jinn out of our genes through Christ consciousness, the rainbow light body, being enlightened, enlightenment, the sun, illumination, those things, right? And it's an unseen light that activates something in your DNA or your genes. I don't even know if it's the DNA, but it's in your genes. So Genesis, genes, Gentile is that we are half Jinn, half reptile, like reptilian. But we fight the ego and our self-importance and our darkness by illumination, through illumination. And if the Jinn is dominating, then we're not illuminated. We don't have lights. We don't have a higher self. We don't have the Holy Spirit. So people who practice black magic are usually below in the moon energy. And they are very good at black magic and, casting spells and creating Horcruxes by murdering. This is why the moon is like moon, and the munchkins and the muggles, they're usually murderers, because black magic requires death, and then you create a Horcrux, and then you live forever, but you live forever down here, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. But if you are rebirthed, twice born or born again, and you go from sin, the god of the moon was named Sin a long, long time ago, and you go to the sun, then you are illuminated, you are rebirthed on high, right? And if you're here, then the holy dove, the voice of truth, the invisible white spirit of truth, descends upon your head, and you become half flesh, half spirit, and you become powerful, not by your own will, but by the will of the Holy Spirit, and you become powerful walking on water. So if this up here reflects fire and the sun, this down here reflects water. And so when water connects with fire, it makes the infinity symbol, and you live forever. But people who are up here walking on water become Christ consciousness. You become as powerful as Christ. And it's because you have two souls now. You become the original Adam and Eve. Adam, before he was cut from Eve, had two souls. And so to be twice born puts you back in your original Adam and Eve of having two souls. And you become powerful because you're more than yourself. But people in the black magic, they don't listen to the Holy Spirit, and they have not been rebirthed. So they have to do some things and manipulate things for things to go their way. It's usually not very good, because they're selfish, and they don't want to rebirth. They don't want to be illuminated. They don't want a higher self. Another way to say this is the three crosses. Lucifer reflects the light, the morning star. So Lucifer was the morning star, and is all about spirituality, spirit, and hates the physical world. Now, Satan is about darkness and the material world. All about material, all about buying things, all about becoming famous and rich, and everything that has to do with the world, and hates spirit. Now, Jesus is known as the morning star too. So is Lucifer. But Christ is in the eye of the needle, which is a flame, which is the one who walks on water. Water below, fire above. If you walk on water and you can raise the dead and all this stuff, you are in the eye of the needle. This is the Vesica Piscis. You should always be balanced between material and spirit. You shouldn't be one way or the other. Oh, I love the world, I hate spirituality. Oh, I love spirituality, I hate the world. It has to be balanced. And so anyway, so it should look like this. The eye of the needle being in the center here. But anyway, be careful, because there are people who are powerful, but they have not risen. They have not ascended, and they use dark magic. That's why the wand is black. Be careful who you are friends with, because if you are friends with someone who is spiritually dead and uses black magic, they have the jinn, because they have not activated their genes, the Gentile within them. Yeah, I mean, you can be both. I mean, what's black magic? Black magic, we all perform, I'm sure, black magic every day, in the sense, if you have a hateful thought for yourself or others, then that's kind of black, right? People who are overly religious, they're the Lucifers. People like, I am a Christian, I'm a Baptist, I go to church every Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, I read my Bible, but they're gluttons and they don't water their plants, and they don't feed their animals, and they curse anyone who doesn't believe them as them. They're the Luciferians. There's a lot of them. They're like, oh, spirituality only. Anything of the flesh is, or the material world is evil. They're usually Luciferians, and they don't know it. Now, people who are all material, these are usually the agnostics and the atheists who are about the material world. They love the world, love it a lot, and really hate people who are spiritual because they're creepy. They're mentally ill. And so there's a lot of those. Those are Satanists. And then people who are in balance just lives in the moment. Okay, I have a higher self. I've been rebirthed. I've been illuminated. Let's take a piece of the material world. Let's take a piece of the spirit and let's make some stuff. This is the clay. This is the water. This is the fire that makes amazing things. You balance, flesh with spirit. You balance your humanity with your spirituality. We're both dark and light. It's just what we do with it, as Sirius Black said to Harry Potter. Thank you so much. I love you. Yeah, so, it's kind of a battle, because what you don't want is to have anyone pushing you down, where you're not standing up. You should know that we don't fight flesh and blood. We fight principalities and powers, and some people are jerks. Some people want to see you suffer, and some people want you, and the Gen definitely wants you to stay down. Oh, good. So you have the best of both worlds, Brianna. But guess what? Just surrender and say to your higher self, I love you so much. Thank you for loving me back. I forgive all. I follow you. I want to hear your voice. Your feet are in water. If you want to do like a baptism of renewal, you can, where you say that I want to be illuminated with truth and life, the way, truth, and life, and be balanced between the material and the spirit, and not be accosted by anything that is outside, and you have to be both flesh and spirit, though. And so your birds above here is your higher self, and they're kind of small, and the material world is big. So you're a little bit too material, too much in the Satan energy. You probably need to get into the Lucifer energy a little bit. That means get a little bit more involved in the light and the morning star, and then maybe you'll be balanced as Christ consciousness in the center. You're just a little out of balance is all. Yeah, you will rise, right? Well, good girl. Just know that some secret messages here. You have Venus energy. You're 1111. You're going through a polar shift. It's sometimes makes you sick. When I went through my polar shift, I had spine problems. I had monthly issues. I had voice issues. You will feel sick during this ascension. And if you listen to your higher self with all things, like what to eat and what to drink, then these things will go away. Like a thief in the night. So don't worry. Well, I may come live again. It depends on how many people texted me about whether, I got so many orders. I'm probably going to have a wait time again. So I'm going to have to contact these people and let them know that I will have an opening tomorrow because we did Jennifer today. And everyone who ordered from me, no one has texted me. So if you order from Cash App or forestfairy.com, you have to text me because number one, I have to be able to connect with your energy. Number two, I have to be able to send you your video because sometimes if the video is over 10 minutes, I put it on YouTube, not TikTok. And sometimes if you guys message me on TikTok, I don't receive it. I don't always get your messages. I don't know why. So the best thing to do is go straight to me. And I've been doing readings for you guys for 4 years. So just know that that's all you need to do. If you order from me, text me. I will schedule you and trust that you'll receive a reading in divine timing, okay? I do a free reading every day. Tomorrow we're doing a class as well at 12 o'clock Central on how to become your adept self, to step into your power, how to dream appropriately, how to handle people, how to talk to people, how do you become an oracle. And so we'll talk about becoming a scryer and an oracle tomorrow as well. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and go. And I might come back. I'm not sure, but I have a lot of work to do, so maybe not. Thank you guys for your support and for supporting Brianna at this time. It's a strange time, but just know, seek first the kingdom of God, your balance, the center, and know that there's a best of both worlds. Just don't get stuck in one or the other. Live in the moment. Don't think about yesterday or tomorrow. And if you feel sick, don't think the worst. The awakening, the 11:11 gateway, takes a toll on us, but you'll get through it, I promise. All right, I love you so much. Thank you for everything. This is my cabinet I made. She has a golden crown. She's letting go of who she was so that her chalice, her holy grail, can be filled with the energy of spirit. And she reflects, thank you so much. She reflects boundaries. And you open her up. She has a mirror. You can see me right there. And it says, "You're beautiful," in the mirror. And it's a color changing light reflecting inner illumination. She also glows in the dark. I'll show you that as we close out. Let me get up my flashlight here. We're going to turn off the lights and see if we can see her glowing. Here we go. She already glows, but her feet glow. Did you know that when Enoch went up with God, his spirit glowed? Yeah. And I think she glows here. I don't know if she glows up here or not. I'll just try and see. I don't remember if I made her glow anywhere else. Oh yeah, she glows. Oh, but I made her glow everywhere. So whenever I sell these cabinets, people don't know they glow. And they hang them on the wall. They're like, la, 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 how pretty. And then they walk into the room at night, and it's like totally glowing. It's like, what? It's funny. Yeah, her face glows. I don't know if you can see it, though. All right, watch. See it? Yeah, you can kind of see it. This is for sale on my website. I make all kinds of cabinets, hanging cabinets everywhere. They're just expensive to ship. So I decided, I'm just going to go put them in a shop somewhere and sell them in a shop because it's like $100 to ship this, especially to California. And it's ridiculous. So I'm just like, it's annoying. All right, guys, I love you. I will see you guys again tomorrow for sure. You guys have a wonderful evening.